It's 2:46 in the morning. Good morning. I've been doing this thing the past month where I wake up at like 5 p.m. and then I'm like, I don't know what to do with my day because it's dark out, and then I'm just awake until like 5 in the morning. Like, I'm just fully nocturnal at this point, I fear. I've been so bored. Like, it's been frightening how bored I've been. I don't know. I feel like I must do something around like 2 in the morning. I'm always like, that's the same thing as like 3 p.m. for me, where I'm like, I should do something with my day. Not exactly sure what. I was thinking I should bake some cookies. I have the best cookie recipe, and the trick is that instead of brown sugar, you put molasses in the white sugar, which is the same thing as brown sugar, but it's a little special. I know you're probably thinking, like, why is this bitch, like, talking into the computer, talking about some random ass cookies? These cookies, I just made them. Because I can't keep my fingers away. Nope. Because I can't not eat them. Oh, censoring the children's faces. These cookies are really good. Maybe I'll write a song. One of the reasons I started this YouTube channel was to provide insight about big things to my audience. Currently, I believe 82 followers, so big important questions to answer. Ooh, wait. 36 questions to fall in love. This is something really interesting. If you stare into someone's eyes and ask each other 36 questions, these 36 questions, you will 100% fall in love with them. So I'm thinking I'll stare into the camera's eyes and you respond, like you can pause the video and respond to the camera, and we'll all fall in love. Given the choice of anyone in the world, who would you want to who would you want as a dinner guest? Ugh, that's a hard one. Skip. Would you like to be famous? In what way? Yeah, I would want to be famous. I think then you can like really like have change happen if you use your fame for something good. I don't think that if I were famous I would become too vain. I think that I could really use my fame to make a difference. I mean, I've practiced my like Grammy and Oscar, my EGOT speeches in the mirrors like a billion times, to the point where I feel like I already am famous sometimes. And I would donate a lot of money, and I would be really silly, and people would make like YouTube edits of me being hilarious, and then they would make money. I think it would help the economy if I were famous, essentially. The price of eggs, I know that for sure. That would go down. That's a promise I can make. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what to say? Why? Only if it's like a big deal and important. But sometimes when I rehearse what I'm gonna say, I just get so psyched out about it. Like, I'll be like ready to pick up a phone call. It's a job offer. It's a job rejection even. And I practice. Oh, that sounds amazing. I'm so excited. And then like I don't even have a job that I'm waiting to hear back from right now, and I'm already like have that pit in my stomach even thinking about practicing. Maybe it's because I'm such a good actress. Aim, here I come. What would you constitute a perfect day for you? I love those like Twitter things that are like interactive polls, and you say what your perfect day would be like. I would love to like wake up, get a little chia seed bowl, walk a dog. I don't care whose dog, it just needs to happen. My Twitter has been horrific recently, I would say. Like, it used to be all these like funny memes, and now it's a lot of political things on the side of politics that I'm not on. Mr. Musk has been doing some damage to my Twitter experience. And that's the worst thing that he's done. Just kidding. When did you last sing to yourself or to someone else? Oh my god, every day. Probably 20 minutes ago. If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either a mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 6 years of your life, which would you want? Neither. Oh my god, that sounds like hell. I'm so excited to age. Oh my god. Sometimes I see photos of, like, women who have aged just beautiful. It's like, I can't wait to get those, like, big pronounced eye bags and, like, smile lines. Oh, it's gonna be so fucking lit. And men, some men age like milk and others age like wine. Like Keanu Reeves. Oh, that is a tall glass of Chardonnay. I guess the mind, but I want to learn everything. I want to have wisdom. That both doesn't sound great. Actually, I would want my mind to say as fresh. So I guess my mind. Do you have a secret hunch about how you'll die? I'll never answer that question out loud. Absolutely not. No way I'm putting it on the internet. I've seen enough Criminal Minds to know what happens when you talk about death. Knock on wood, I love you. Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common. The partner is the camera, or the partner is the person watching this? We're both looking at me right now. That counts for 3. For what in your life do you feel most grateful? For having a family I really love, and a family that makes me feel really loved. Boom. Perfect answer. Done. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be? Probably wouldn't want to be raised in a small town. I was raised in Brooklyn for 8 years, and then we moved to a different place. Not putting it on the internet either. I would have loved to be raised in a city, although I'm sure I would be addicted to crack cocaine by now if I was raised in the city. I think from ages 12 to 17, if you handed me anything, I would have been like, okay. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be? Flight. I would want to fly. Or a perfect body. If you're a young girl watching... Wait. If you're a child watching this, just know that your body doesn't... Okay, no. I'm trying to be inspirational. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know? I have a horrible hunch that I'm gonna die alone. So I would love to know if that's true, and if it's true, how I could not have that happen. What's the greatest accomplishment of your life? When I was younger, I was very unstable, one might say. I was very loud for all of high school, which there's nothing wrong with being loud. There's nothing wrong with taking up space. But when I got to college, I made a conscious effort to be a better listener and to be less into the idea of people seeing me, which actually made it much easier for people to talk to me and have great conversations. But my biggest accomplishment is probably that I made that effort to change and that I did so, because I really spent all of high school being like, please look at me, like, I don't know what is going on, I need you to see what's going on here. And now I'm like a person, so I have to give grace to myself. But holy shit, nightmare blood rotation. Me when I was 15, me when I was 17, and me now. Chatterboxes. When I was in 5th grade, my teacher gave me a notebook to write all my thoughts in because I talked too much. That hurt my feelings. My most terrible memory? Oh, hell no. I'm not telling that to the world. It's worse than you think. No, I'm just kidding. If you knew that oh my god, hello. If you knew that in 1 year, you would die suddenly, would you change anything about the way you're living? Why? I'm watching this video back and being like, why was I so scared of that question? And I think what happened was that when I first looked at it, I just saw that it said if you knew you were going to die in a year, and for some reason that like made my heart start racing. I needed to be put back on medication. I tell everybody that I love them, but I would tell everybody even more. I would get a billion tattoos. I would write a bunch of letters to people I love. And I would stop caring about what I looked like. I would get like a really good photo shoot in for the like funeral things. If I knew I was gonna die in a year, there's no way you could see me saying no to a second helping of ice cream. Really? Like, what does friendship mean to you? Everything. Everything in the whole wide world. Friendship is everything. No way I would have survived high school without my best friend. Amanda, I love you. I don't know if she watches these, but one day she might stumble upon this video and be like, wow, I had no idea that I was discussed. What roles do love and affection play in your life? This is my boyfriend. We had all of our firsts together. Something weird about posting YouTube videos is like half of it I'm like, damn, like I really hope people see this. The other half I'm like, oh my god, I hope no one ever sees this. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner. Share a total of 5 items. It doesn't really make sense for this, but if you guys want to comment down below 5 things you love about me, go for it. That's the heating system. I swear to God, I didn't just fart for a minute and a half. Yeah, I promise. Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share a dog. I'm getting a snail. My roommate and I are getting a snail. I don't know if she knows that. I think we're gonna get a fish instead because it turns out snails can asexually reproduce. And I don't want to wake up with a billion snails in my room, you know? And I'm sure my roommate Lucy does not want that either. I had a bunch of fish when I was in middle school. Oh my god, they all died so fast. Turns out no amount of Instagram profiles you make for your fish will keep them alive. If you were gonna become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for him or her to know. Probably that I'm really sensitive. A friend needs to tell me at least 4 times a day that they don't hate me and they're not mad at me. Share with your partner an embarrassing moment in your life. On the internet, one time when I was in middle school, I was in the no way am I gonna tell that on the internet. I cannot believe that I almost did. That would have been really embarrassing. And she had to replace it. It was fucking embarrassing. When did you last cry in front of another person or by yourself? I cry probably twice a year. It's not like a strength thing. It's like I don't think I'm hydrated enough. But I cried recently, and oh my gosh, like when I cry, it's not cute at all. It's not like a tearing up, like, oh. It's like a like it's fucking scary. Tell your partner something that you like about them already. Again, put in the comments. I don't like the last 5. They're all about death. I'm realizing that I'm really superstitious about death, which is interesting because at school I run a club about like talking about death and why we're so scared of it. I guess I haven't really gotten to the bottom of it yet. Okay, the last one is share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he or she might handle it. I want to not be nocturnal. I want to wake up in the morning and go to bed at night. But it makes me really sad, and I would love advice. I told my brother this, and I was like, I need to wake up at 11. I don't know what to do. So at 11, he went into my room and pulled me out of bed. I'm not as strong as I thought I was. because damn, like, I was, like, asleep, and then all of a sudden I was in the air. Why am I low-key petite? Alright, that's enough of that. Anyway, I think I'm probably not gonna make cookies.